Hello everyone, my name is Toertl and welcome to today's Minecraft video. We are back on the Blockhead server and it's episode 8, I believe? Yeah, it's episode 8, I can't count. But welcome back everyone. Today is a bit of a weird episode, I feel, because I don't really know what I'm going to do. For all of my episodes, I've kind of had a plan in mind of what I wanted to achieve. But in this one, I don't, and that scares me because my episodes are already all over the place sometimes, so this is gonna be a wild one. Well, anyway, buckle up. The first thing that came to mind when I started recording just now is that we could either work on our base a bit more, because I've had a look at it, and the thing is, this looks great, but I feel like one more module has to go on top. Then this actually looks like a tower, because right now I'm feeling it lacks a bit of height still. This is great, but one more on top and then we're done and dusted with this thing. This looks already very beastly though. So for that I'd have to go concrete gathering, being sand and gravel, few shulker boxes, and my shulker boxes are already, or are still, my shulker boxes are still full of junk because I worked on my vault over here, and I added, I believe, 3 more areas to it because it was very pathetic. And right now it is, well, it isn't great, but it's alright. It's not free anymore. I really underestimated how deadly the vault should be. So now it's alright. It's not great either, but it's alright. And it still needs a little bit of work. But I won't touch it for a week or so. I'm just done with it right now. It was a hassle getting zombies in and stuff. So that's one possibility. Getting another layer of our base tower on top. And then another possibility could be to build some houses, or, well, just to encase the concrete maker and our farms over there, because they are looking quite ugly, and, well, clean stone just randomly chucked in doesn't really fit this style. So same with the concrete maker. It looks great, it looks industrial, and it is very accessible being this near to my base, but it's ugly and we need to encase it in some sort of building. But for that I would really love to test out things in creative testing worlds, since this works with TNT. And if I would blow up my house just right after I build it, that I would cry. So that's not what we're gonna do right now. I feel I'm just gonna grab some rockets and get some inspiration, because there are a lot of amazing builds on the server that I haven't showcased yet. There are so many blockheads building amazing structures and stuff, and you haven't seen any of them. We've just been around my place all the time. So the first thing that we are gonna actually do in this episode is kind of a mini server tour, if you will, with just showing you around the place and giving you a bit of an impression of how other people's bases look. So, well, Wolf's base in the end is not quite finished, and we're gonna visit that once the cow game is concluding, which is in about 2.5 weeks. So stay tuned for that. It's looking very cool already though. Then Valkyrie's base, there's not much going on either. She's planning on expanding it as well, but right now there's just a tower. Now Tinker It. Let's just start with Tinker It's base. This guy is a madman. He has built up such a cool structure, and I've been wanting to show it for so long. Let's go through his hole of transport. Oh, that's a mouthful. Hole of transpolocationificationizer. Goodness me, I butchered that one. But here we are. Well, this is his base. He's carved out a mesa mountain, and you can kind of see what's going on out there. He has built up a dinosaur. Look at this dude. He's looking pretty angry with those red eyes. And the dino has taken what looks like he's taking a bite out of this UFO. And all of these aliens are, well, not very happy about that. I mean, they're all panicking. It's burning in here. This guy's looking like he wants to jump. This guy's just fleeing. Oh, this little fella's just scared. He doesn't know what to do. He's just like, oh, with his hand around his back. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. And this guy's just shooting them. He's like, all right. You, mister, have got to go. Can't just take a bite off the UFO and then expect there to be no consequences. He's just shooting a laser beam. This is amazing, Tinkered. I mean, and this dino has been on the server longer than I have. No. No creeper in here. Now, maybe let's go to someone that I haven't visited at all. Or just very briefly. Let's go to Crazy and Tony's base. Because they both have a base very nearby one another. And... oh god, my sign is not matching the other woods. That's great. That's gonna upset someone. I'm gonna leave it like that. Crazy space. Let's just start here. I've been over here once, converting concrete. And then just left pretty... ooh, nighttime. Pretty rapidly again. But the stuff I have seen looks gorgeous. Hello, village. Can I borrow one of your beds? That would be great. Is there even a bed left? So we've slept the night in this beautiful village. Let's head back to Crazy Space, if I would know the directions, which I totally don't. Was it this way? Yes, okay. So, this is Crazy's place. And you kind of enter here. I believe this is... is this her mine? Okay, this is a crop farm. Hello there, guys. This looks to be a mine down below. Can I fly down this? I mean, I'm horrible at flying down staircases, so this is not going to end well. But hey, I've got to practice. Oh, this is so... yeah, just a branch mine. Okay. So, her vault. We're definitely going to come back for her vault at some point. I don't think this guy... you know what? We're in 2021. Why wouldn't a dog identify as a sheep? So, alright, buddy. And then we have some horses back here. And this one hasn't been fed in a while. I mean, Jeremy has seen better days, I feel. And I believe this is already then over here merging into Tony's space. Over here, I believe. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, an armor stand. And she has just... this is something that I plan on building at some point at some of my bases. Just different buildings for different purposes, and then having a village that cohesively... oh my goodness, this bench design. I'm in love with it. Ooh, these crop fields. Look at it. These stone walls around, they look so good. They are so simple, but they look so great. And I'm easily impressed by people that can build in this type of style, this medieval market almost style and medieval village, because I have a hard time building that style. I've just destroyed my bed, so I should spawn at Spawn Island when I enter the end. So let's just do that real quick, because I kind of want to go to the shopping district and check if anyone has already had a look at Steel Cow recently, because I have been working a little bit off camera, and the Steel Cow is now also providing both leather and the finest beef you can have on the entire server. So here we are then approaching Town Hall, which still has no mayor in it. I believe we are not gonna have a mayor for Season 1. We are planning on starting Season 2 once 117 is out, and there has been talk on the Discord about a mayor of Season 2, so I don't think this place is going to be anyone's property in this season. We have no more participants for the cow game. Okay. Well, nothing has sold yet, but I just stocked it yesterday, so I didn't expect it anyway. But we now have leather and the finest beef in town for sale. At very reasonable prices, I think. So come by the Steel Cow and check out the new cow products we have. They have taken a bit, because my cow farm is a cheapskate design. It is not very efficient, it is very makeshift, but it's enough to keep it stocked. Yeah, let's just head to our base, because there are so many chests full of junk that I still have to sort out from the vault building. So give me about half an hour. No, just kidding. Give me 10 minutes to sort this out, and then I'll hop back into a recording. Well, I underestimated that task. It was about 20 minutes, and now my shulker boxes are all empty, and my storage is looking a bit cleaner, I might say. Since I have cleaned up a few of the slots for the auto sorter that have been kind of blocked by random items, I've added a few other miscellaneous items I have had quite a lot of. So they are also now in, and every single slot is occupied. And it is not planned out very well which item went where. So we have this random assortment: emeralds, glass, bones, bone meal, white glass paints, gunpowder, oak log. I can never remember where I put my my stuff in my storage system. So every time I want to sort something, it goes like this. Alright. Is it this alley? I'm zooming in. Alright, I can kind of see an oak log, and then I just chuck them in. So this is very inefficient. This is an inefficient auto sorter. I didn't even know that exists. I settled on my decision of what I want to do, and that is to add another layer on top. So I think for that a time lapse would work best. And that will be something that you guys hopefully enjoy, to just see it all come along. I have not been recording for quite some time, once again, but I thought as it is now time to judge the cowsheds 2 weeks after the sign-up closed, it is time to at least jump onto the server and do that. So we're gonna round up this episode with the judgment of every cowshed. And before we do that, you might hear it in the background already, I have a little surprise for you, because the other day I was over at my iron farm, and since it is considered a village, there are natural cats spawning. So I got myself a jelly cat. Scar's cat is now in my base. I love this model of the cat and the texture of this cat in particular. And I made sure that she has a nice stay around, at least in what's still kind of a construction site. But I gave her a little carpet. She has a litter box, which she happily used, and one of those cat toy thingies. And of course, I've gave her very best friend in the world. This is Mr. Mouse. I named him. Mr. Mouse and Jelly, the duo of the dreams. I'm happy that I now have a pet for this very big and futuristic looking base, to give it a little bit more life and to make it seem at home, because that's what it is, our home. So the way we are going to judge the cowsheds, because I had to come up with some kind of criteria, is by 3 different categories. First is creativity, or originality, you might call it as well. Detail is the second one, and cow comfort. The first 2 categories are pretty self-explanatory, I think, but the third one, cow comfort, may not be, because it is something that I made up. Cow comfort basically means how comfortable the cows are. If they have necessities like maybe a place for them to eat and to poop and all that stuff. So let's just start over here at Tinker its base. And there are even wild cows. Oh, yeah, cow friends and stuff like that also counts into cow comfort. I mean, they have to have a little bit of a social life, don't they? But this here... this is the adopted cow. This is Guinness. And Guinness is about to be abducted by aliens. So, yeah, she is an adopted cow, if you will. And they have a little pond right here, which is all lit up, so no bad creepers and stuff can spawn in here and scare the cows. This is very nice. This place certainly looks very lovely. And, I mean, if this... Let me just land on the dino, which looks amazing, by the way. If this right here is not a 10 out of 10 on creativity, I don't know what is. I mean, this is looking so cool. However, I cannot give a 10 in detail because, I mean, the barn is looking good, but it has, I mean, it has minor flaws. Like this maybe over here where there is a staircase upside down. I don't know if that is intended. It looks a bit weird to me that this staircase is upside down and is not mirrored on the other side. And it is kinda bland, to be honest. It has very little detail. So I cannot give a 10 out of 10 on the detail front. But the fact that there's a UFO and that it abducts it makes it a 10 out of 10 on the creativity, at least. Then, I mean, there is a cow comfort of food available. This area kinda raises up the level of detail a lot. So I'm just gonna give a 4.5 out of 10 on detail. Because also the UFO, I mean, it's looking great, but it is kinda bland. There's just a big gray disc, and that's it. There is some detail on top, but that is, that's all there is. So 4.5 on the detail front. 10 out of 10 on creativity, and I'm gonna give it... You have food, you have... Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 on cow comfort, because there were other cows around here. I've seen them earlier. They have a little bit of a pool, a natural pond, if you will, so they can cool out in the summer. But I think that's a fair 9 on the cow comfort. So I'm just gonna count that all together and divide it by 3 for each contestant. And whoever has the highest number in the end is gonna win. I grabbed my calculator and concluded that Tinker's score is gonna be 7.83. So almost an 8. That's very, very good. Now, we could head to Wolf Space, but I want to do that last because my Elytra is gonna lose durability throughout the entirety of this, and his space is in the end, so I can just heal it back up there and then head back home. So Wolf's gonna be the last one we're visiting. We could now go to Atom and Biceps, maybe. I now actually don't know where I have to search to find the cow shed. This is gonna be adventurous. Oh, there's a chest. Okay, yeah, this looks... I know it. I found it. I mean, we got to at least admire the entirety of it with this path leading all the way up. I mean, if Tinker would have this level of detail on his barn, it would be... he would have straight up won. But, I mean... Okay, this is looking grand. Magic and Fantasy, pad below. Pad? What's a... Oh! They have their own Oh, it's one of those stores, yeah. Oh, oh my goodness! They have a table tennis table and an Ender Dragon head. I mean, they are brave cows. They seem to have killed the Ender Dragon, and they don't know who the James Murray. Oh, James Moore then just... Oh. Oh, goodness. Jim Gunbutt Leather... I love it. Always in our hearts. Is there a pun in here? Chef? Always in our hearts? I don't think there's a pun. No, I don't think there's one. Magic is watching TV. You've become a lazy cow, haven't you? They have their little bed. They even killed a charged creeper. Oh, even more. Jimmy, always milked life. And Bob, there is always one Bob. That is true. There is always one Bob. Oh, there's even a lectern. Does anyone speak cow? I would love to have a translation for this. This could be like a diary or something. Moo, 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 moo. Moo. This is so great. Oh, I love the little chair designs. Woo! They have grass, a cup, and what I believe is like something for them to eat the grass, maybe like a knife or a fork or something, which is very difficult to represent. I mean, you could have got a trident and put it in an invisible item frame, but that's way over the top. And Fantasy is just in the kitchen. This barn is great. But we gotta dial out points. So this has to be a 10 for the detail. Then we have cow comfort. And I feel I would have to judge it only by the comfort Magic and Fantasy have, because that was the task and they did that. These cows aren't too comfortable, if I should take a guess. I mean, they have to be super envious. On the other hand, if you look at beef mass production and stuff, these cows are living a grand life. So, I mean, comparing it to my cow farm, this is a cow's heaven. And this is whatever comes of oops. whatever comes after heaven. Can I give another 10? I feel like I have to give another 10. Yeah, I mean, I have to give another 10. I have to give 2 10s for not just the creativity, but... Oh no, not just for the detail, but also for the cow comfort. But the creativity, however, I cannot give a 10. It is cool, but it's not the most creative thing. So I feel I can only give a 6, maybe. But then there are the cow puns, and they count towards the creativity. This is hard. But he has already gotten 2 10s, so I'm just gonna give it a 6 on the creativity front. One bit of calculator magic afterwards. Adam has reached an 8.6. That is a fantastic score. Yeah, let's head to Stig next. He is over in this portal. Yes. I haven't seen much. I have seen that you also built a barn. But I haven't seen more than just the barn. Which is so incredibly detailed. Oh, that's Heidi. Heidi is his cow he has adopted. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they have a little outdoor zone. And then they have their unique sleeping boxes, maybe you could call them. Ooh, this waterfall. And the acacia trees. Ooh, this is looking beautiful. It's also a great way to exit the cowshed, I believe. Yes. Okay. The first thought when I entered this is, oh my god, I'm in a B-dubs build. Have you ever seen B-double-O with his building magic? This is what this feels like. So I'm just straight up 10 on the detail front. Creativity. Once again, it is like it was with Atom Space. There isn't, it doesn't beat a UFO, does it? And Atom had these great puns. And this is what I would call, again, first thought. So this is probably a 3.5 maybe? A 3.5 on the creativity. But it is looking great. Building technique wise and detail wise, this is one of the best barns. Then there's the last category with cow comfort. And again, Atom had lots of comforts. They had pretty much their own apartment. This, again, it's a lovely barn. It's a lovely farm. But they could be more comfortable, I feel. I mean, Heidi has lots of food. She has a place to drink. Probably also a place to poop out here, and Stig's gonna just clean it up. And she also has 2 cow friends. Is Heidi over there? Yeah, 2 cow friends. I mean, that's all you need as a cow, isn't it? So I can't give as low as a 3.5 again, but I also can't give a 10 or another high number. Obviously, because just of atoms, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'll give him maybe a 4.5 on the cow comfort. Because they are not uncomfortable, but there is just more comfortable, right? So 4.5 plus 3.5 plus a 10 comes down to a solid 6. We have to have a look at wolves. And wolf space is super fancy, and it's in the end. And I gotta tell you, Wolf's cow delivery was the most stressful thing in Minecraft I had to do for a long time. It is not like as stressful as fighting the Ender Dragon for the very first time, but it's close. It's very close, because moving a cow partly with a boat, partly not with a boat, and then just having to jump down here with the cow in a boat on the ice track and try not to fall off. It is stressful. It is so stressful. Anyway, if we just make our way on a bit of a diagonal, we meet this. I don't know if it's all of wolf space or if there's even more down on this line where all of the Endermen are, or if this is maybe just a connecting bridge to the End Islands. But anyway, this is the cowshed. He has transformed the barren wasteland that is the End into a beautiful cow oasis with flowers en masse. And my favorite thing about this cowshed is this pond. Because the other day I had a chat with Wolf in the proximity chat mod we have gone on the server, so we can talk to each other when we are close by. He told me the story of this pond. And this pond is my favorite because each of these lily pads has a story behind it, and it's the same story for each one. Each lily pad is placed there for one cow that died when he tried to move other cows here. And I believe if we just have a... yeah, this is cup of butter. The original cow I gave him was Buttercup, but Buttercup seems to be a little bit... yeah, a little bit of a rapscallion because she used the soul sand elevator a little bit too far up and kind of fell down and met her demise. So very unfortunate. But then he moved another Buttercup, Buttercup number 2, I believe. And then he moved Buttercup number 3, and then he moved another cow that died, and 5 cows have died in the process, including poor Buttercup. But he has named each cow individually. You could probably make a sitcom out of this. You know? Cows in the end. Let's start with Cow Comfort. Cow Comfort, they have something to drink. They have something to eat. And then every now and then, he told me he left a snack. So they basically can be the laziest cows on earth, like me, and just pick up food right next to them. They're just like, I could go over there to the restaurant with all the wheat, or I could just move over here and have a bite real quick. So that's very thoughtful. I like laziness. I approve of it because that's pretty much my life. And this pond, I have to appreciate each cow that kind of unfortunately lost its life in the process of building it. Undeniably sad, but I mean, that's the way it is when you build a cowshed in the end. This must look like it's always nighttime, but they must feel like they are in the overworld. So cow comfort has to be below a 10 just because of the existence of Adam's cowshed, but I'm gonna give it an 8.5 with the 0.5 added because of this, right? The effort. So 8.5 on the cow comfort. The detail. Adam got a 10 and Stick got a 10. So this is going to be... I feel comfortable giving it an 8.5 once again because he made the effort of including custom trees, which are very hard to build for me, and hidden lighting, some broken fences make it look very nice, and very nice flowers. Bit too many flowers for my taste personally, but fair enough. The cows are happy, I believe. Maybe they also taste very nice. Maybe they're like, this one looks like a lollipop. Does it taste like a lollipop, Sarah? I don't know. Try it out. So 8.5 and 8.5. And the creativity is left. Let's just give it a 3.5 on the creativity, because it is, again, it's one of the first things you think of when building cowsheds. It is creative, but it's also, it doesn't beat a giant UFO. Which rounds up Wolf at a 6.83. And that means we have a winner. And the winner is, if you haven't figured it out already, it is Atom. Well, I did come up with something, and these are the prizes for each and every contestant, because I said that I'm going to add a little bit special as a prize, and I thought it would be unfair to only give it to one, and therefore everyone that took part in the event and actually built something, because each cowshed is amazing, has to receive something. So this is the first place prize for Atom, and this is the Steel Cow Season Pass, which lets him shop freely all items all season in the Steel Cow shop. This is the second prize for Tinkerit. He is getting an Elytra, as I have another one lying around. I've included 2 enchanted books with this one, and I mean the other stuff you can see. Over here is prize number 3 for Wolf, and as you can see, they get continuously less pricey. And to now conclude this episode, my shoes seem to be missing. That is too bad. I mean, my skin does have shoes on, but I mean, my netherite boots, they were so beastly. They had like feather falling, depth strider, and soul speed, mending, unbreaking. God, I love those shoes. But they seem to be gone. I did not remember just chucking them out of my inventory. And I certainly did not do that by will. I love those shoes. I didn't want to lose them. They are netherite boots. They are very, very expensive. So we're just gonna end this episode on a bit of a sad note. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching, and see me and Jilly in the next episode. Goodbye.